Hey everybody, it's Edwardo, back with your DraftStream call sheet review and weekend preview. It is the dead of night, especially if you're on the East Coast. My apologies. I'll explain what took so long in a moment. And look at this logjam at the top. How did we all come up with 1478.19? Quite a high score for a Thursday evening that just so happens to match the perfect call sheet. Huh. I've got a theory behind that. And it's the usual suspects. It's Jaybird, it's G24, it's ya boy, Swag Official. And also look down here, Jaybird with a tight little low on me for the low ball, who also happens to have the perfect low ball call sheet. Another coincidence? Let's dive deeper. All right, so I actually had a couple of my call sheets I wanted to go over with you. First, we'll go over this one, my second place one, 1455. I'll give you the rationale behind that. Basically, and this is the rare 2-day player call sheet I submitted. I know what I'm doing. It wasn't an oversight this time. Robin's Wish is providing so much value at $6,000 that it comfortably allows me to add in both headliners from the boys, which could still tick up a little, even at 117 on a Thursday. So I wanted to make sure I got premium exposure to that. Robin's Wish is just, I think that's a full stack. I don't think I could have any more. I don't think there are any more actors in that. Let's see. Robin's Wish. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actors in Robin's Wish all have ended up on my call sheet. So I max stacked this out. A headliner stack of I'm thinking of ending things, which once again on a Thursday, this thing has yet to debut. It debuts midnight Pacific time tonight, so roughly 90 minutes from when I'm recording this, and it's already at a 111. That's pretty impressive. Maybe it hit the festival circuit somewhere, but yeah, look at this. So 86, 70, 74 from Hating Ass Metacritic is actually pretty good. But then I guess it's already leaked out or it was on the festival circuit or something. But 90% Google user score, 8.8 IMDb user score. So that actually has room to run. And at, what is it, 10 grand? Yeah, 10.2 for Toni Collette, 10.1 for Jesse Buckley. It's a steal. It's a steal. So, and then this, and if that's a steal, then this is grand theft robbery. 7,600 for a headliner to get you 158 points. Yeah, let's do the math on that. What kind of value is that? 20x value. Almost 20.8x value on Robin's Wish. This might be the all-time value leader, honestly, for an actor in this game. That's just nuts. So either I totally, and why is this so popular? Now, Robin's Wish is a documentary on the life and I guess in the invulnerable spirit of Robin Williams. So you've got a world-class, beloved comedian who's gone, remembered very fondly through a gauzy lens, I'm sure. So people who are seeking this out in VOD, who actually see this and rate this, are most likely already in the tank for Robin Williams. So they're probably gonna rate it high. So this actually, I could see this going up to as high as 9.2 on IMDb, and that could really, let's see what a 9.2 does for Robin's Wish. Yeah, 140. That's outrageous. So anyway, so there's still room for it to run. Even at that really cheap price. So I loaded up on that, and that was my rationale behind that call sheet. Now my second call sheet, I want to share with you an experiment I'm doing, and it's just ironic that I picked this week to do it independently because I had no idea that both Gamble 24x7 and Jaybird would arrive at the same conclusion. But this time I decided I wanted to see what it would look like if I did an optimal call sheets, in so much as I have this solver, and to give you guys a glance at it, it's a spreadsheet like this, which is how I figure out the optimal call sheets after the fact, right? And so I figured, all right, so and basically all it is an optimizer. And for those who play daily fantasy sports a lot like I do, optimizers are somewhat controversial. I mean, they're just another tool to give you an idea of what players to add to your roster, to your lineup. And trust me, by no means do they guarantee any kind of win, because, I mean, well, especially with sports, although very statistics-based, is still highly unpredictable. You're dealing with humans, etc., etc. And in comparison to that, I actually find some comfort in that this game is a little more predictable than sports, but still has plenty of room for variance and a little bit of randomization. And a good example of this randomization is Bad Boy Billionaires ain't coming out. This crushed me. I was busy working, cutting up the latest podcast. What was it? I guess Wednesday night? No, Tuesday night. And it's supposed to come out on Wednesday. Yeah, there you go, on the 2nd. So it should have been out at midnight. It's like 5 a.m. my time, Pacific. And it's not out. And I'm like, huh? And so I started Googling, like, did Netflix feed us a bad release date? And it turns out Bad Boy Billionaires is being held up in India's High Court. I think maybe that's like the equivalent of their Supreme Court. Like, it's... Let me see if they got any news on it here. But basically, yeah, if you look up Bad Boy Billionaires India release date, it was supposed to be 2 September, as they say abroad. September 2nd. But look, Netflix suspends Bad Boy Billionaires release after India court order. I mean, come on, Netflix, you couldn't have just released it stateside at least? I was really looking forward to half watching that, having it on the third monitor while I work. So that's going to tank some people's call sheets. I, for the most part, steered clear, I believe, but yeah, if you didn't know this going in, I mean, it's not going to come up in your normal research on this unless you do a hard Google search for it. But yeah, it's Bad Boy Billionaires is going to mess with some people's call sheets this week. And that's the type of randomization that can really kind of make our game unpredictable and kind of fun. So anyways, you see a nice cluster right here. A 3-way tie for first. And let's see, did anyone do their... Well, we know I did my tiebreaker. Did you do a tiebreaker? Okay, so Jaybird did a tiebreaker. Good for him. And Gamble 24x7 did a tiebreaker. Okay, all right, so there might be some bragging rights. Now, so all I did was I took, what was the publicly available information, right before lock, fed it into my optimizer, crunched numbers, and came out with this exact call sheet. Now, on a Thursday, it's going to be a perfect call sheet because we're dealing with pretty much perfect information. This is right before lock was due, so the numbers didn't change. So what will be interesting to see is how over the weekend these numbers shift, because as we know, there's always Saturday movement and sometimes there's Sunday movement. So these numbers won't stay the same, and I actually doubt that the three of us will be in first forever. Or at least this combination will be in first forever. I mean, Gamble 24x7 is competing with himself. I still like my call sheet, my organically created call sheet myself, to actually take over the lead once some other factors come into play. Because one thing that kind of blows me away is that I'm thinking of ending things. That's a Charlie Kaufman drama. Charlie Kaufman is a weirdo. He gave us Adaptation, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I mean, his movies are non-linear, very abstract, very heady. Being John Malkovich, he also wrote that. I mean, he's brilliant, but he's not for everybody. So the fact that this is at a 111 on a Thursday, does this thing have room to run? Like, for real. Like, I expect critics to like him. Because it seems like nobody else really likes him. His movies don't make a ton of money at the box office. But, man, 90%, 8.8. That's interesting. So I'm thinking Ending Things could be a sleeper. Also, several don't even have a real score. Away has yet to debut for audiences. It deals with space. I'm all over it. I mean, I'm torn. Tonight, do I watch an episode or two of Away before I go to bed? Or do I indulge my inner kid and play NBA 2K21 at midnight? I don't know. Anyways, so once audiences weigh in on this, we might see some movement from Away. There's a lot to be decided. Raised by Wolves took me by surprise when I was researching for my call sheet. I mean, audiences love this. Just okay, a little better than okay. C+ from the critics. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see where this experiment goes. And the reason why I decided to experiment with this, well, I didn't really have the idea until today, and also I wanted to see what the environment would look like when somebody or some bodies are optimizing. Because one thing that we will see, my dear fellow alpha testers, once this sucker is up in beta form on a web app, and we start attracting more people, and we grow the player pool and the prize pools, people are going to do what I did. And honestly, if I were a betting man, the reason why Jaybird might be so good is that maybe he has created a solver of his own. Look, I'm proficient at Microsoft Excel. I'm proficient at Google Sheets. I'm not some pivot table wizard or anything. So the fact that we both came to this exact same number and combination of actors makes me believe that the secret to Jaybird's success, and come on the podcast, you coward! The secret to Jaybird's success is that he's created something similar. He's got his own little solver out there, and he's crunching numbers with the publicly available information that we all have been given to create an optimal call sheet. And you know what? I'm not mad at that. It's not against the rules. I actually was updating the terms of service for when we do go live again on the web app, and we create space for optimizers. It's fine. I actually like that sort of engagement because it tells me that people are thinking deeply about how to play this game, how to win at this game, how to be good at this game. And also, along the way, you might discover a few titles that you didn't know you wanted to see, but now you do. So, and I'm not as familiar with Gamble 24x7. We know each other mostly through social media, but he's also a poker player as well. So I'm not surprised if he's also running solvers as well. But the fact that Jaybird came up with the perfect call sheet for a Thursday to start definitely makes me think that he's running a lowball solver. This is mine right here, the lowball call sheet. It's fairly convoluted. I've wasted at least the equivalent of 6 hours maybe on trying to figure it out. I think I've got it down now. But anyways, yeah, so this is what I use to figure out after game lock what the perfect lowball call sheet is. And so yeah, this is interesting. And honestly, I like hand picking them. I like, figuring out using the data that's available and then figuring it out on my own. But I was just curious to see what would happen with an optimizer in the mix. So yeah, so there you go. So we're all over here crunching numbers like quants. Henner YYZ, last week's second place winner. Let's take a look at his call sheet. Or actually, fourth place winner, second place in prize money. There we go. Love guaranteed. All right, so this is a bit of a black box right now. Although early reviews from critics are bad, it did come out, I guess, late last night, and it's already up on my Netflix queue. They know I'm from Seattle. It's right there prominently on my homepage, so I guess I think I'm going to check it out, and they're probably right. Raised by Wolves is interesting. Another one where you're getting pretty good bang for your buck. A 3-pack of Robin's Wish. The fact that he doesn't have more exposure to Robin's Wish is probably what's holding him back. A good co-star from here probably would have giving him a little more bang. Yeah, and the 2-day players. Yeah, so actually, could you afford a co-star? Maybe he couldn't afford a co-star for what he wanted. Because he also has 2 headliners from the boys. I like that. What did it get? Like a 98 for season 2 already. And I'm very excited about that also. I mean, once again, like I said in the last podcast, there's too much to watch this weekend. I want to watch Raised by Wolves. I want to watch at least a half hour of Love Guaranteed. I want to watch all of the boys. I mean, I'm ready to binge the hell out of that. I want to watch Away, because space! AP Bio's back. I mean, and we still have returning favorites, Ted Lasso comes out once a week, and I'm almost done with Knots and Crosses, which started off pretty hot, but now it's just okay. So it's a very, very, very entertainment-filled week, and like I said, I'm getting NBA 2K, downloaded to my PS4 at midnight. So, I mean, I might just be a shut-in this week, and I'm thinking of ending things, and God forbid, they skirt Indian law and let the states get bad boy billionaires. I mean, this is like over half of our talent pool I want to watch this week. It's too much. It's too much. So anyways, it's a solid call sheet, Henner, but you're still about 100 points behind from the pack. The Sounds is an interesting punt. Doesn't look like it hurts you. 5,200 to get 72.45. Except 2-day players is possibly gonna hurt you, and I'm saying this as someone who has 2-day players on his number 1 call sheet, but I'm making a value leverage play here. I'm leveraging that because this is so cheap. It allows me to comfortably get in the boys and also still have access to headliners from I'm thinking of ending things. That's giving me the room to maximize just the extreme value out of this $6,000 actor, Susan Schneider. Susan Schneider, for $6,000, you're getting me 113 points. That is also almost 20x value. I mean, so even though I maxed out on this, and it cost me an extra day player, I think it's worth it. We'll see how it all shakes out. Who else do we need to take a look at? Our returning champion, Brown Baby. Back. No, I'm not going to say back where she belongs. Back where she maybe is more comfortable. Back in the back of the pack. And yes, this is going to kill your call sheet, Mom. This optimal stack of bad boy billionaires. You didn't know. It's not even really your fault, but it's one of those things where if it come up on Google or you're paying attention or you're waiting to watch Bad Boy Billionaires like I was and you looked for it and it wasn't there, you got. I think this might be the best it's going to get. And this 77.10 score is off the strength of, I believe, it's IMDb user score somehow. How did they get that? Yeah, so someone got screeners and decided to talk about it or rate it, but everyone else, we're not going to see. I highly doubt we'll get any of these scores in for the rest of the weekend. So all you have right here is the IMDb user score. I mean, it's not the end of the world, Mom, but I mean, 8,500 to 7,900. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but 70. You'd want more for your money here. Like even a headliner 107.94 divided by 8.5, 12.6x. That's nice. But over here, out in these streets, we're getting 21x off of Robin's Wish. So if you had a little more exposure to Robin's Wish, you could probably make up the difference. Right now, I believe you're about 200 or 300 points behind. It's gonna be tough ground to make up. What is helping you out possibly is Power Book 2 Ghost, and Power is extremely popular. The first series, it's not out yet. Stars should have it out and up, I guess, Saturday night. I think some of these companies are actually putting their shows up earlier, like Friday night, because of Memorial Day weekend. Labor Day weekend, excuse me. So I'm very excited about this. I just don't know how well reviewed these are. Let's look at its progenitor, Power. Power. Yeah, 8.2. I give that shit a 10. Fuck it. I enjoyed it. It went off the rails a little bit in the last season, but I really enjoyed it. So Power is beloved. So this gives you an idea of how good it's going to be, or how popular it's going to be. But then if you just look it up on Google, so 92% cool. And it's not even really rated. Where are the ratings for this? Where's the Rotten Tomatoes? It has to be on Rotten Tomatoes. So the fact that this doesn't that these don't pop up is concerning. TV.com, I don't even know what that is. That might be user generated. Rotten Tomatoes, Power. Oh, okay, there it is. So 81%. So that's pretty cool. So it's gonna be strong. Matter of fact, let's play with some numbers real quick. Let's say Power comes in at, because right now I think it's a full defaulter right now. So let's say it comes in at the historical 81, 92. Do we have Metacritic score? Let's check that out real quick. Metacritic, Metacritic be haters though. I don't know if Metacritic would really give Power. Yeah, see, 57. I mean, that's 61. That's nuts. All right, so we'll factor that in. Power. Here we go. 61, and then since it's new, let's give it an 8.5 out the box. Right there, you go. 106.30, and that would take Mom about 100 points closer. So she's going to need a lot of help, especially from a title like Power, but it's not going to be, that can't be the end-all, be-all. She's going to need help from elsewhere. And seeing how 40% of her call sheet has been squandered on bad boy billionaires, I'm not sure it's coming. So that's going to wrap it up for now. Oh, and shout out to Excellent. A new player here. I think it might be my boy Britt, a new acquaintance. Welcome to the game. Unfortunately, he got caught in the bad boy billionaire's trap. And I think he submitted his call sheet on Wednesday. Another reason why it possibly pays to submit your call sheets on Thursday so you get the most information latest. But bad boy billionaires not being available is definitely going to hurt your chances. But I love the 5-pack here, Robin's Wish. Looking good. And also, in normal times, you generally only want to have 1-day player unless we're going with my strategy, extreme value, which still is probably going to fail, but, because generally all the perfect call sheets in the past have had only 1-day player, just because the bonus structure of the game. 40% bonus for headliners, 20% bonus for co-stars. So by default, if you're just getting straight points for day player, you're going to want to get a bonus some way, somehow. All right. So welcome to the game. Excellent. Looking forward to your future call sheets and also seeing how yours performs over the weekend. There is a learning curve, so no worries. And also, you left a lot of money on the table. You might want to spend up a little bit. We're all big spenders around here. All right. So that's going to do it. This is a little bit long. Sorry, I got excited talking about Power and whatnot. And also the optimizers. Now you got a peek behind the curtain and the optimal call sheets and whatnot. So let's see how these top 3 optimized lineups do over the weekend. All right. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back here Saturday, sometime after 12 p.m. Pacific time, with your Saturday estimates update and more analysis. Thanks for playing, everybody.